Well, good morning. I am here joined by two of my little guys. I have little Scott. He is I'll show you. Yeah, I got him on Bountiful Baby, the website there, and I fell in love with his sweet little face. He's the candy sculpt, and I just dressed him the other day, yesterday or the day before. It's getting really cool here now, so I thought it'd be nice to dress him in something a little more fall-like. And he's wearing a little dinosaur long sleeve shirt, and with his little cap, his little crocheted cap, and he's got little crocheted booties. And as I've said in the past, I've been working on some crochet things to sell. I'm really excited about being able to create these sweet little crocheted items and then sell them. So I'll let you know when I'm ready to start selling some on reborns.com or other sites. But anyway, here's little Scott, and he is such a happy little boy. He has kind of sky blue eyes, very bright blue, if you can see that. His little cheeks are kind of rosy, but I wanted him to be that way because I remember my son having rosy cheeks as a little boy. But he's such a fun little guy to have. So anyway, here's little Scott, and we're going to have a little topic to talk about today. I'll put him over here. Oh, there you go, little Scott. There. And then I've got little Jacob here I better put little Scott just right. He had his bottle, so he's all happy. Such a happy little guy, and he's got little Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh for babies. And let me check that I'm on okay. Yeah. So I wanted to talk today about how I got started with collecting Reborn dolls. Make sure I'm on. Yep. Sorry for all the jostling. And so anyway, I was just thinking, what should I talk about? And I thought, well, that would be a perfect topic. I remember it was about 4 years ago now that I started collecting Reborn dolls. Boy, it's been 4 years. We had just lost our little dog, and my kids were kind of on their own, and I wanted a hobby that I would really enjoy. And anyway, I discovered I've got my little Jacob here. I'll talk about him a little bit. But about 4 years ago, I discovered Reborns by going to a doll show with my mom. We happened to be going to a local doll show, and all the other, all the women, the ladies there had all kinds of dolls, Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls, antique dolls, teddy bears, that kind of a thing. And my mom came over and she said, "Nani, you should come and look at this table." So I happened to go over there, and she said, "Oh my gosh, you should see the dolls that I saw. They look like real babies." And I said to my mom, "No, there's no way. How can a doll look like a real baby?" And sure enough, I went to this one table, and this woman had like 4 or 5 dolls displayed, and she had them dressed in baby clothes with little pacifiers, bottles. I mean, they looked so realistic. I just kept looking at them and thinking, wow, do they look real? So I kind of looked at the prices of all of them, and I saw one. They ranged all the way from $150 all the way to like $300. And I thought to myself, there's no way how could I pay so much money for a doll? But I really fell in love with them instantly. I thought they were just so amazing. And my mom came over and she said, "If you would really like a doll, why don't you pick one that you like?" So I chose this little one. There's a story to this little guy. He was a little girl to begin with, and he came kind of pale. She came kind of pale, not much coloring. I had her about 2 years, a year and a half or two, and I kind of lost interest in her. So I decided to repaint her. If you're new to my channel, I use air dry paints, and that's how I've always painted my reborns. I guess it's my preferred way of painting, and so I decided, I'm going to take a gamble and paint this little baby over. So anyway, he was a little girl, and I just pretty much painted over the top. I didn't want to strip him down or anything like that, so I painted over the Genesis heat paints, and I was taking a really big gamble. Well, as it turned out, I think he turned out really cute. I like my babies with lots of modeling and veining, and he was a little baldy, and I painted his hair. So you can see how I painted his hair. And one thing about this hobby is everybody has a different way of painting, and it's okay. We all enjoy, we have to appreciate all the artists and their styles of painting, and that's what makes this hobby so much fun. But anyway, so back to the phone was ringing. Sorry about that. So I just fell in love with this little girl, and I love her little face. She's the Avery Sculpt, and she came from Bountiful Baby, and so anyway, about 2 years later, I decided to turn her into him, and so I started painting it, and I thought he looked more like a boy. He started looking more and more like a little boy, and in fact, I do have a collection of like 15 reborns, 15 or 16, and most of them are girls. So it's nice to have a little boy in my collection, and you can see how I painted him. I think he turned out really cute. Like I said, he was kind of a boo-boo baby, and originally when I first bought him, being my first baby, I did not know what I was getting myself into, or what different artists, how different artists painted their dolls and that, and then the more I researched it and looked up tutorials and everything, I decided, wow, there's a lot more to this hobby than I thought. The painting and the detailing and everything. So anyway, so I was, I'm really excited that I was able to create this little baby the way I wanted him to be. I know my thoughts are all over the place, but I'm so thrilled to have him where he's at. He looks like a little boy to me. I love putting my little boys in little sleepers. Look at this little sleeper, especially with the cold weather coming. It's got a little giraffe with little aqua green spots, and it's got giraffes all over the place. But anyway, so and I did not want to part with this little baby, being that she was my first reborn ever. I decided I did not want to sell her or give her away or whatever, so I decided to just redo her. But anyway, there's my story of my little girl who turned into a little boy, and he's a very peaceful little boy. That's one thing I love about his little face, is that he's just sleeping so peacefully, like he's just having a very sweet dream, very deep dream there. But so I wouldn't mind if I would love to hear from you as to how you started in the reborn community or collecting reborns. I know we all have a different story to share, and it would be really neat to hear how you got started on this hobby. It's such a fun hobby. And one thing I wanted to mention is, as a little girl, I loved babies, and I'd see a baby in a buggy and I just about went crazy. My mom would have to take me over to see the baby, and I have a photograph of me holding my cousin, and I was about 7 years old, and she was only like 2 weeks old or 3 weeks old. And I just fell in love with, I just had a love for babies so much. And now that my children are grown, I just really appreciate this hobby. I like dressing my dollies. I like, using different accessories, going shopping for them. And it doesn't have to be an expensive hobby. You can buy hand-me-down clothes, go to thrift stores. There's a lot of clothes that maybe was worn only for a month or two and then they're donated. So it's a wonderful way to be able to dress your babies. So anyway, I'll put little Jacob. I decided to name this little guy Jacob. Wait, Jacob, I'll put him over here. Oh my goodness, you're such a good little boy. So there, little Jacob, and he's got the Winnie the Pooh. I'll put Pooh over here. And here's his bottle. I bought an Avent bottle, and I put like a little cloth inside to make it look like formula. Right, little Jacob. So anyway, it's nice having more than just all little girls. I like having little boys too. And I wanted to come on and share how I got started with my Reborns, or this hobby. And please be watching because there's going to be a giveaway soon. So keep watching my channel, and I appreciate your support. And I hope everybody's staying safe and happy and enjoying your little dolls. And anyway, big hugs to everyone, and I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.